Okay, so what we just did is we streamed direct into Facebook, and now we're going to try using OBS. So we have to download OBS, Open Broadcaster software. It's free, and do the download for Windows. Take a little while to install. So OBS, as I say, it's free, it's open source. It was initially developed for gamers, and that alerts us to something we have to watch out for, because with gamers the main thing is the desktop game, and the webcam, if you like, is the thing in the top left hand corner of a gaming video. So OBS has a tendency to want to rescale its video all the time and move it to the top left hand corner, and that can be annoying, but it also can introduce some lag as it tries to resample the video, and we don't want any of that to happen. We want the video to go straight through from our webcam. So when OBS is loaded, oh, it's there. Okay, so this is the screen in OBS, and essentially scenes are for when you've got multiple cameras. We don't need that. Sources is where we're going to put our microphone and our camera. Our audio mixer here. We got some settings down here, and we'll have some settings on our sources as well. And I believe we've got some settings up here as well. Maybe we don't. Okay, so add a source, add our input capture, which will be our microphone, and at this point I just want to point out that it's going to take both channels of my Behringer. So I would actively encourage you to use two microphones, really, to make use of the second input, rather than assume that the first microphone gets split into two channels. The worry is that we just get sound coming out of one ear. Anyway, our mic is in, and let's add our video camera, which is our webcam. My webcam is sitting on top of the screen here, and it's now woken up. First of all, I'm going to have a little look at the settings of the webcam, configure the video. I see that we're not doing too much automatic, which is good. It's doing automatic white balance, fair enough. It's doing automatic exposure. It's not doing automatic focus. I'm going to turn that on, but I'm ambivalent about automatic focus. I think actually if you've got the focus right, it's best not to play with it. Because it's liable to focus on something that's like behind you or something. Anyway, we'll try the automatic focus for a change. Apparently once you've done that, you're supposed to deactivate the camera and then activate it again. Okay, so let's configure the video. Resolution, don't leave anything to chance. I think so we go custom resolution, and I believe that Facebook now takes 1920 by 1080. It's known as 1080 resolution. For a long time it just took 720, but I believe it's now taking 1080. But my understanding is it still takes 30 frames per second. I'm going to leave it on any video format. I'm a bit superstitious about changing that. And everything else there is fine, and you look at the screen, you say that doesn't look quite right. So we go into the settings down here. I've just been going to the settings on the video capture device, but if we go to these sort of overall settings and go down to video, we see that in its wisdom OBS has decided to rescale it, and I want it to stay at 1080. Still want it to stay at 1080. Please, OBS. Right. and 30 frames per second. Apply that, and that looks like it's okay. While we're here, let's just go back up to the stream. That's okay. Output. Yeah, that's okay. Not sure if that should be less than 2500, actually, more like 1500, but we'll stick with that. And the video, it's okay. The stream, yeah. Advanced, let's have a look at advanced. Anything interesting in there? No, not really. Okay, so I've got the video set up and the audio input set up. I actually just want to have a quick look in the properties of the audio. I think it's probably the advanced properties. So the basic properties are in there, but there are some advanced audio settings on this cogwheel. And yeah, the thing I want to do is mix it down to mono, so that if I only had one mic in the first channel, it would go down both sides. So I want to make sure that I have a mono to stream, because I actually I've got two microphones here just to sort of make sure. If I unclick that, you can see that at the bottom in the mixer, you can see there's a difference in the levels because there's two microphones. I don't know if you can see that in that mixer. But if I put the mono on, you see that the levels suddenly bang, they were both the same, and that's because now it's just using the microphone in the first channel. So whenever you've got more than one channel, you have some fantastic possibilities, but it introduces the possibility to go slightly astray. Okay, so we're ready to have a go at going to Facebook. So let's go into Facebook, to my homepage, and go to live video. And we'll try playing something. I don't use the camera this time, by the way. I use a thing called a stream key. It'll come up with an error and say you can't use the camera because OBS has already grabbed it. So we use a stream key. So we go down here, the live stream setup, server URL. OBS seems to know that, but the stream key is particular to the destination that you're going, which in my case is John Drum's profile, shared to my timeline, only me. So we go into OBS, go into our settings. That autofocus is starting to get my nerves already. And we go into stream, and we don't not stream to Twitch, we're going to stream to Facebook Live. The default server is fine. Paste in that stream key. And now we can start streaming. And that is actually now streaming out to the page that we've just been to. So if we go into here, I'm in there. So basically, if OBS has got the stream key and you turn it on to start streaming, it will stream into the Facebook page, providing that Facebook page is open. Right, so we have to have gone to the go live page in Facebook. So that's the order of which I do things. I go to the page first, then I get OBS going. Okay, let's do a little song and see how it sounds. There she sits on Buttermilk Hill. Oh, who could blame her for crying her fill? Every tear could turn a mill. Johnny has gone for a soldier. And we'll see how that sounded. There she sits on Buttermilk Hill. Oh, who could blame her for crying her fill? Not bad. Every tear could turn a mill. Okay, so I'll get out of that. There's two things I don't like about that. One is, surprise, surprise, I didn't like the autofocus. It was focusing on what was going on behind me. So I'll change that in the configure video in the properties, and I'll turn off the autofocus because I think it'll be more reliable then. The other thing I noticed was a slight lag, and I've noticed this quite often actually, that the OBS video seems to lag the sound. We're used to having sound lagging because of what they call latency, but what seems to happen with OBS is the video actually seems to lag. So, but they've thought of that. If you go into the cogwheel advanced audio settings, there is a delay you can specify here, and I'll do another video explaining how you can exactly measure that delay, but it's often of order 200 milliseconds. So we'll see if that improves things. So I will go back to the live stream page in Facebook. We use the stream key. The stream key will be the same. It stays the same as the stream key. We don't need to do that again. Start the stream. Okay, so what we've done is we've taken the autofocus off, and we've put in that 200 millisecond lag on the sound to try and sync things up a bit. There she sits on Buttermilk Hill. Oh, who could blame her for crying her fill? Every tear could turn a mill. Johnny has gone for a soldier. Okay, so let's have a little look at how that turned out. There she sits on Buttermilk. Okay, the lag has been sorted out. Who could blame her for crying her fill? Every tear could turn a mill. Johnny has gone for a soldier. Okay, so the autofocus, I prefer it like that. I'm not sure the focus was right, but I prefer it on a manual focus because it's less likely to do something odd. Okay, so those are the key changes we did. We made it a manual focus, so I think I can change it in the settings of the camera. Actually, configure the video, and I did something about that lag. Remember the advanced audio? I gave it a bit of a lag on the audio. I made the audio lag the video so that they came together on the final presentation. Might as well stop streaming. Okay, what else can you do with this? I think we'll deal with that for another time. Actually, that'll be the next stage in this particular video. So this is a system that you can use as is to stream into Facebook. I know people are using this basic system. They just get the video working and the sound working, and with a single mic. And remember, we did that mix down to mono, which is quite important, just to make sure that you're outputting a mono stream. So you got one mono input mic, and it's a nice stable stream that's going to Facebook. Is it much different than Facebook's own streaming system? I think it's a bit more robust. When the only time I've gone directly into Facebook, I thought the video quality was really a bit poor. But anyway, you can be the judge of that. But we're going to, next video, we're going to take this platform and we're going to do some more to it. Thanks a lot.